We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with Bbig stock, Vinco Ventures Inc. And the stock had an explosive move to the upside, but it's now pulling back towards the aftermarket hours and the second half of the day. And we have some key levels to talk about, especially after this move. But Bbig wasn't the only stock jumping higher. The overall market jumped higher as well, and our SPY bot since 11:15 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, call options went up 200% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, QQQ bot, newly released Tesla bot, Apple bot, AMD bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. So what an explosive move here for Bbig stock, and now things are trying to find support, right? Now, before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see here popping up on the screen, these are some of the home runs we mentioned last week. And they're not guaranteed to be this way every single time, but we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive the edge and clarity over the charts with our 42 vision indicators, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord and getting connected to a community of investors all looking to learn and grow together to maximize within the volatility. And here are the stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one of them jumped 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was ARTL. And the stock was consolidating towards the bell, pulled downwards, but full strength here on 42 vision, and it jumped up to a highest point of 30% plus, guys. Consolidated again and went for another jump up to retest those highs, giving two opportunities of highest points since we mentioned it to the peaks of 30% plus. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with Bbig stock, Vinco Ventures Inc. And as I stated earlier in the video, what an explosive move to the upside, and we have some key levels to look at. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, QQQ bot, newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the charts. And here we are with Bbig stock, Vinco Ventures Inc. having that strength, but outflows picking up after peaking, guys. You could see how those inflows picked up, pulling away from the midpoint here, and actually kind of sat sideways right around the peak area. And as outflow started to pick up, things have started to pull back down. Now, we're still above $1 on the 30-minute because it has not crossed the midpoint, and outflows are outweighing the inflows. But since things are still above the midpoint, inflows are dominating, holding up this stock, going from 70 cents to 140s, coming back to 112, sitting slightly above $1. On the 15-minute, you could see that inflows have actually lost traction and outflows have outweighed. You could see that down here as you see it crossing the midpoint. This is very important because once things kind of peaked and sat sideways, the outflows started to dominate and they finally crossed within the volatility. But when we zoom out and look at the bigger pictures, we're still under bull indicators on the 15-minute. Same thing with the 30-minute. We're still above the midpoint. And when you look at the 4-hour here, same thing. Bull indicator and inflows are dominating and straight up, right? This is a very important detail here with the inflow versus outflow. if this actually sits sideways or starts to pull downwards, it could start to affect the overall picture and the bigger picture of the charts, right? Especially the 4-hour. But right now, we're pulling upwards. I'm going to be watching for this bull indicator to continue to hold true. Inflows continue to pull up on the 4-hour, and same thing on the 1 day. But the 1 day shows you that things are still not strong enough to take this to newer highs and even new resistance levels that we have not seen. Why? Because the outflows are outweighing. They changed from red to green, but have not crossed the midpoint, and that detail is very important and interesting within this move. And I'm going to be watching that very carefully going into the next few days here with 42 vision. But we have a bull indicator on the 1 day as well. Same thing on the 4-hour. We crossed the inflow area. The 30-minute is pulling downwards but not crossing just yet. I'm going to be watching for a consolidation and pull back up to pull away from the midpoint, and that inflows can start picking up. And same thing on the 15-minute. I'm going to be watching if it could cross back over that midpoint and pull away from being red back into green in that upward direction. And now what is it that I'm going to be watching in the charts? Well, I want these bull indicators to continue to hold true, not get canceled out by bear indicators. And right now, all we see is bright green bars. And right now, we're under bright green with red borders. We do not want to see this turn into dark green with red borders or even red bars as well. I'm going to be watching if it could shift back up to bright green with green borders and the key support levels. Let's talk about them. The first one is 110. Below that is 105 and then $1. Now, if all of these get broken through, the next support is down here at 87 cents. Key levels to the downside that I'm watching within the volatility. I'm going to be watching if these inflows continue to hold up or if we get closer to the midpoint or get crossed, if these support levels are getting broken through, and if outflows are going to start dominating. And if a bear indicator pops up, super important to keep that in mind. Now, if this bull indicator continues to hold true and we stay above the midpoint here on the 30-minute and we pull back up on the 15-minute, the first resistance level is 131 and then the highs here of 142. Now, if these are actually accomplished to be broken through and turn into a support, the next resistance level is 150 and then back up towards 165. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below, and let's make some money.